Welcome to the AM radio. You're on with Clyde Yorkshire. Let me take a seat here. Oh, good grief. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? Got an exciting show for you. We're going to be very brief. Um, Today is a great day in America. It's a slow day in America. But nevertheless, things are proceeding and changing according to the will of the people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to point out to you some of the things that I find interesting about this country, this world that we live in. I've heard people try to make sense as elders and leaders, religious uh, mentors and whatnot. And the funny thing is, I wind up learning some real stuff from people who are just trying to live right and do what's right. Guys, welcome to the show. You're on with Clyde Yorkshire. I am your host, broadcasting to you live from Dallas, Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, TCU, all day, every day. Obviously, definitely riding with the Mavs. And I'm a Fort Worth guy. Love all of Texas, but I'm a Fort Worth guy. I love Fort Worth very much. My dream is to get some land and get a nice house and farm a little bit, a few acres. Um, I'm a farmer at heart. I'm a writer as well. Check out my latest book, Black Women Rings Around Saturn. Black Women Rings Around Saturn. Available on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to have you think about something, if you don't mind. Would you think about something? We say teachers don't get paid enough. And I thought about that and I said that makes sense. The old school said it, it must make sense. Teachers don't get paid enough. Then, I got a little older and I said, wait a minute. I think lawyers don't get paid enough. And I started reasoning to myself and I said, a lot of shit that we learned in this world was freaking backwards. God damn it. As a kid, public school, they gave us the food groups and the food periodic table or whatever. And most of the stuff that they told us was simply wrong. I, I mean, we can kind of open up a lawsuit against the government. Dude, you miseducated us. Even if you had a good teacher, they don't control the curriculum. They don't control the boards that add and subtract things out of our school. So what the frick could a good teacher do for you? What would a good teacher do in a rotten system I call factory schools? For all of you who got a smartphone, just Google factory school and put cartoon images. They give the greatest depiction of children on conveyor belts, uniformed, going down, being packaged, treated like a maritime and admiralty product, because that's what we are. Most people, when they go to prison or spend their 20, 30 years working for the country, or even fighting, they say, man, I paid my dues. Nothing is free. We live in a world where people don't realize how good it is to be an American. I say a lawyer doesn't get paid Because a teacher can just be a good teacher and they still teaching the bull crap that they put in the curriculum. You got a great teacher teaching bullshit. How does that make sense? Of course it doesn't. Like most of the things doesn't make sense. Being in America and we can't afford eggs? What kind of craziness is this? In America, but we don't have Pampers? We can't do a trade war with China because supposedly, they make everything. Well, open up our factories and make everything. Lawyers don't get paid enough, especially if you're a man. You're going to need a lawyer if you're a rapper, a singer, if you have a estate, a will, car accident, a divorce, someone suing you over their dog. You're going to need a lawyer, my buddy, at some point. And really, lawyers are the teachers, aren't they? Teaching you the shit that you should know that you don't know. Isn't that something? Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Clyde Yorkshire. I am a Republican. I am a conservative. I am a black man. Proud, grateful to be an American. I support, just so you know, if you want to turn off the television station, that's fine with me. But I support the police officers. I have a righteous cause. Growing up in the hood, being told the police is the enemy, I had to go along with it. I was being held hostage by the black community. I was told some white folks, pretty bad. Watch out for white women especially. Seems like all of the relationships, and I read to you guys the statistics. 13% of relationships, that includes a black male and a white female. Only 13% of those type relationships, meaning the other 87% of black men and white women relationships, there's no problems. That's a high number. It's damn near A minus. 13% of those relationships are having issues and possibly could end up in domestic violence or something, some divorce or something like that. Now, look at the numbers. And Kevin Samuels talked on this, man. Kevin Samuels talked about this. He said over 95% of our relationships, if there is a divorce involved, it's generally the woman who is filing for divorce, and usually it is not real reasons, which tarries it on longer, and the man winds up hurting. But she's pressing the divorce button, filing the divorce button, and for minor things, he doesn't make enough. He changed religions. He's working too much. He's not, whatever, locking the front door at night. I want out. I'm stressed. He's toxic. That's all they gotta say. He's toxic. He's toxic. He's toxic. Next case, he's toxic. That's crazy. And 79% of the relationships between black American and women and men are ending up in the last 20 years in divorce. You're talking about damn near in each state, over 68% of the black homes are one parent. In all 50 states, if this is not a crisis. But see, this is the black American Democratic Black Church Chitlin Circuit way of doing things. Their fraternities, their sororities are just fine with the way things are going in America. They're just fine with the voting, the neighborhoods being dirty and dingy and funky, the child support numbers of their young boys, the jail numbers of their young boys, the murder, the gangs. They do nothing about it. They just complain about Trump. And all of these nice, as I told a good buddy of mine, is that, listen, he's a nice, good white man. He was a little angry with me. I said to him, I says, listen, pal, I get what you were saying, and I understand you don't like Trump. I get it. I said, but do you realize that I come from a blue state, a Democratic city. And all the young boys that I went to jail grew up with has been in trouble for most of them for no reason in a Democratic state under good old Joe Biden and the police bill, using private prisons, private donors and lobbyists, even music executives to create a culture and different mechanisms to create a music to prison pathway. This is what's been going on, ladies and gentlemen, since I've been born. I've been watching it. And this is all Democratic stuff, P. Diddy, Epstein. These are all Democrats. They want to rub the Republicans in somewhere, get the other wing dirty. No, it's time that we clean up the Democratic Party. I still got love for Democrats. I do. I'm not one of those weird motherfuckers. Burn them down, get mad at them, throw eggs at them, don't speak to them, don't say good morning. Get out of here, man. Somebody give me some Einstein's bagels, and that's what I had in my Einstein cup over there. President Trump has done a phenomenal job in his first 100 days. He's managed to keep Israel from going bananas in the Middle East. They're handling their business. He's managed to keep Iran from doing what they do. He's made clear to Russia, which Kamala Harris would have been able to do. And I gotta ask myself, where do our beautiful black left-wing Democratic people believe this country is gonna go under your present Democrats? Like, did black women seriously think that Joe Biden would have done something for them, putting a black woman on the Supreme Court? Okay, y'all a day late and a dollar short. With the way this radical government has become under the liberal left, they, first of all, we don't even know who that damn black woman is. They're pulling the same sitcom bullshit on us our whole life. I woke up one day, I said, you know what? I don't even know who the fuck is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Who's he on television? I know him, you know him, we know him. He's our buddy. Hey, anybody I just meet that's not an African American? I want to get along with you. I want to socialize. So I'll start off the conversation sitting next to a white woman, say, hey, yeah, how was it back in the day? Oh, it was great. Well, we didn't grow up in Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Aren't you glad? Yeah, I'm sure glad. Hey, did you watch Fresh Prince? Yeah, I grew up on Fresh Prince. Me too. How about Cosby? Yeah, I did Cosby. Family Matters. And you know something, my friend? Those were wonderful family shows. It's unfortunate that every nice family show had a twist, just like the American left-wing media. Fake news, hidden agenda. Now people are starting to talk about it. Every channel I talk to, news is saying the same thing. The Associated Press, ABC, CNN, MSNBC. It's fake news. Trump told you right away he had to get shot in the ear for you to believe anything. Where is black people believe you're at? You've done no research. You have no idea what you're involved with. That is the God honest truth. You're running down a very slippery and dangerous road dealing with the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. It's true. It's true. Black folks have no clue what the wokeness is, and they find out. The wokeness have got so bad in our community where you got movies and social media now feeling like it's under attack. You got more and more women coming out feeling uncomfortable because of these men's and women's sport. Because of men in women's sport, and black folks just sit up here like, well, I ain't got a problem with that. Well, I do, I don't, I'm not sure. It seems like we care nothing about the issues as black folk. When you stop the average Democratic black vote and you ask them, man, may I just poll you, and you, and you. Now, how many y'all care about the border. They like, that ain't my shit. That's Hispanic shit. We care about jobs. Okay. What about foreign policy? That ain't our shit. That's white folk shit. What we care is about is community college. Okay, awesome. What about the economy? That's the Asians and China and all this other. We ain't got nothing to do with that. This is how black folk vote. What we care about is that we don't get called a nigger. Who gives a fuck? Do you have good drinking water? Yes. Can you get an outstanding job in this country? Yes. Can you be whatever you want? Can you open a business? Can you find healthy food, medicine, hospitals, religious houses? It's all here. Banks. You don't have to have a job to even open up a bank account in America. In most countries you do. In some of Europe, in most of the Middle East, and even in places in Africa, mostly in Africa, if not all. In America, you come here tomorrow. You can be visiting. As long as you got yourself an ID, buddy, you can sure enough open a bank account. Damn near with just a library card and a paid cell phone bill. I just don't understand how the black church, black Democrats do not care about the issues. They care less about foreign policy. They have no opinion on Iran. The only thing that they know about foreign policies is the Jews. Now the Jews has become the bad guys to black women. And now they switch back and they say, hey, we're back with the Jews. First, they was like, yo, black women is in support of Palestine. Nobody said anything about that. Straight up, they was like, black women as a whole, as the black Democratic left-wing caucus, Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 we with Palestine. They didn't get kicked out the country. They didn't get any sanctions, any tariffs on them. But anybody else who supported Palestine, even basketball players, they were sat down, scolded, threatened. Boxers, rappers. If you stood with Palestine, which a lot of people was back and forth. I stood with the Palestinians for sure. I stood with the Jews for sure. I stood with Benjamin Netanyahu until he started to go a little bit left. And he lost a lot of his government. But honestly, Benjamin Netanyahu has cleaned Israel up internally. Israel was a hot mess and had become so liberal and had so much wokeness there. It had become the capital of transanity. It became the capital. It used to be Asia, places like Thailand and Guam, and now it's America. America has become and Europe now has become the liberal domain. President Trump said something that I believe was 100% correct. Liberalism is dying out. It's not going to last. It's over. They have no candidates, no confidence. And now they're looking for a way to get the election back, again, through other means. This election was too big to rig. I'm living in real time, and I've watched a president go through kangaroo courts, unauthorized maritime double jurisdictional courts coming in to this day trying to stop policies that is out of their jurisdiction, trumping up charges, jumping from state to state. Like Manhattan is the ultra, it might as well be the White House. The way New York courts and attorney generals and law has been moving as if they run all of the other states. There's no sovereignty here. Reaching across waters. They have no authority. Now many cases are being, by the attorney general, slapped on multiple. Listen, America doesn't understand. The last 15 years, this has not been America. We have become a corporation, ladies and gentlemen, that was being steered by a remote control the entire United States. Our energy, our transportation, our trading, our raw minerals and goods and things that we have has been under the control somewhere in Europe in a basement, maybe even in China. Our pharmaceuticals, our medicines, everything, our social security is out of whack. And I asked myself, as a renewed member of the community who's not a gang member no more, I'm not just some nigga smoking pot on the corner and with my pants hanging down trying to get some pussy with a fifth of Hennessy in my back pocket and some new kicks on and shit. You know what I mean? Holding my nuts. I'm not that kind of guy anymore. But that's what's being taught in the ghetto, in the hood. That's how you get a black card. You got to go through these fucking dumbass phases. Part of it is cutting school and hating the man. All that brings you is back to reality. And that's what I'm saying. Reality is even more frightening than fantasy. Thank God for the vape shops. I was thinking earlier in my life, I says, we need more libraries around here. And what the hell we need more libraries for? I've changed my mind. What in the devil is more libraries going to do? Think about that. It's not even safe to put libraries in your community now because they're going to be corrupt, woke, and anti-this, anti-this. There was a time where I couldn't even buy a box of cereal with some sort of DUI message on there and a bunch of colors and shit on your children's school clothes and school supplies. I mean, we were just the last 15 years not living in America. We had open borders, a weak currency, over-sexualized women's sports and children, clothing. And black folks were voting for this. Black women almost had a titty fit that they could not continue. Just think about this. Before you say I'm attacking black women, I want you to think about this. And you know what? If that's because a real black woman would want me 100% because I'm speaking truth like Malcolm X. You other fake ones out there, 92%, 90%, that's fine with me. I got plans anyway. So I don't need a woman for the same thing y'all niggas need a woman for. I don't need no partner. I need a companion, a friend. How could you want the policies of Joe Biden, even Barack Hussein Obama, Barack H. Obama, to continue? Like, what is going on in the heads of our sisters that you would want a Kamala Harris to sit up here and be the president, knowing her vice president that she chose, Kane, was one of the most woke, liberal, radical chameleon I've ever seen. He convinces her, this Indian black woman, Lord have mercy, and Caribbean, we got to throw that in there. Let's not miss anything. This lady starts off her campaign not running on the economy, not running on race. She didn't start off by talking about jobs or anything that you would expect this black woman to run on. Her first ad to the American public, once Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer convinced and they got the Obamas on board, she came out with an ad, love who you want to love. And I will support and protect the LGBT community. Then she went into housing and this, that, and the third. This is what black women were voting for. Guys, look around. I have no problem with gay people. Let's not get that fucked up. Gay people, LGBT community people, are some of the most honest people in today's society. Some of the most healthy eating people. Most of them are vegetarians and vegans. Really. They have good hygiene. They're good workers. Most of them I've seen are very honest. They don't lie. They're not racist. Let's not get it twisted. Transanity is a different woke deep state operation linked in with Black Lives Matter to harm the country. Let's be clear. Just like there are woke black groups that are not sponsored by black people, they're sponsored by special interests, George Soros, the liberal left, the Black Caucus. That's what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. This has nothing to do with black folks. I'm attacking black people. I'm not attacking black women. But you mobilize yourself as a Voltron type of character, and you're throwing your weight and support behind these liberal left lunatics who screwed the country up. That's no, well, that's just my preference, baby. I like oranges, you like mangoes. You know, I like grape soda, you like orange. No, it ain't one of them things. You like the Republicans, I like Democrats. It ain't that. Y'all not even Democrats anymore. And I've had and you know what? I'm gonna see if I get this sister up here. She's a beautiful black woman. She came to me while I was busy, and she had her friend with her, and she said, "Brother, we just was hoping that we could pray for you, or at least share some information with you." And I said, "Well, you know, maybe not right now. It's not a good time." She goes, respectfully, even though my friend is here, she put her hand. She said she's a wonderful sister. She said, but she was white. She said, but our people have gone off the limb, sir. She said, and black folks have allowed these political people to take our morals out of the country and turn against God, turn against our family values, our soldiers, our police. She felt that black people were under some type of goddamn spell. And I've been saying this. I looked at her, I said, honey, hallelujah. 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 I said, when will black women wake up? You keep talking about you being attacked. God damn it, you're with the devil. How the hell you think I'm attacking your ass and you with the motherfucker? I have done nothing wrong with trying to wake y'all up. And it took now black women waking up and pushing back against the Democrats, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Whoopi Goldbergs that they have created in Hollywood and in the left. These radical woke individuals that we love because of their craft, like Rihanna, get up here with their funky ass politics. Beyonce's mother and Beyonce, these heifers have no business messing with politics because it always, as 50 Cent said, come backs and bite you. Look what happened to Snoop. He was with these liberal niggas, Jay-Z with these niggas, P. Diddy with these niggas, Master P, and then they all wind up moving back to the right from Jay-Z's getting way more conservative. Nelly, hello, Kodak Black, Future, Ice Cube. Have you guys been watching this? These guys are waking up. We've been sold a lie. They told us the fathers just left the home. They never said it was a government experiment on the left so they can control black women, the households, the voting, the ideology, and then they can push in like concentration camps in China or Russia or in some certain parts of the Middle East hate speech in America taught by liberal left parents in America. You're a victim. It's the white man's fault. You got to be better. The world is bad. Police. Even going up to telling our boys and girls, don't rise in government. If people don't like the black community, I think they're saying, man, well, this black shit works. Let's not get rid of the black niggas who are haters. Let them continue to mislead their children and teach them the cops are bad. That way they ain't gonna be police officers then. Let's teach them that as being a lawyer is no good. They're just white Jewish crooks. Politicians and congressmen are bad. They're old white men who just tell lies. That made me want to be a congressman. Because I don't think that's what our forefathers wanted the Congress to be. Or the government. I didn't think they wanted woke, crazy courts. What the frick are we fighting for? The right to have same-sex or the right to be black? Or all of it? For the right to be a bug if we want to. Or marry a horse. What the fuck is going on in this country? And why are people supporting this woke agenda? I was so lost when black women would come to me and they would say, I like you. I think you're a nice guy. But you confused me that you would vote for a racist man. And I said to them, because I love them, I said, honey, you're talking to a scientist, honey. I'm not your average Negro who listens to Little Baby. Come and put that pussy on me, what you waiting for? Baby, the days of y'all miseducating us because the fathers is out of the home through the government are over. Baby, the Democratic Party is responsible for every wicked and nasty thing in the last 50, 60 years in our community. From the abortion clinics to the over-policing and jailing of me, myself, and my buddies. Gangs, every state that is liberal and Democrat, from Chicago, Compton, East New York, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Chi-Town, Chicago, Detroit, I said, are all Democratic run with black women as prosecutors to bring in the inventory and the cattle. How dare you talk to me about some racist Republicans? Are you out your mind? The old sheet wearing, pointy hat, Ku Klux Klan having Democratic beginning party type shit. You play with us as we only know about Kobe and LeBron. Like black niggas only know how to throw a football and get hard for white girls. That's what you talk to us like. And Mike Tyson surprised you. Turned out to be a goddamn OG. Turned out to be more than a boxer. Or an athlete, if you will. We're also intelligent. We make good decisions. We have morals. We just came through a funky ass war zone, as Trump was right. Looks sometimes worse than Afghanistan. You go in some of these neighborhoods, some of these places, they're bent over on drugs in a Democratic California with good old Gavin Newsom there. And that's how the Democrats like it, isn't it? Well, don't go there. Have a little respect and dignity for your ears. I don't talk about these scumbags. All they're doing is robbing and raping and taking congressional cash, shoving it up someone's ass. And yet the schools look like shit. The libraries, the neighborhoods, the streets, the roads. Everybody's going to check cashing places and chicken stores in the goddamn hood. There's nothing in there, nothing. Your people have deserted you. I love our good friends on the left. But how did you get it? How did you manage to do it? President Trump has taught me how to be strong, how to be truthful, and how to fight as an American in the face of tyranny. We have courts in this country that are overstepping their bounds. We had some attorney generals like Letitia James, Fonnie Willis, the mayor of Dalton, Kim Foxx, and many other black women who the liberal left and the DEI and the deep state promised if they come on board and help bring down the country and the Republicans, they would rise to power. unwavering power, and so they stacked the White House with a first gay black press secretary. It gave you a Supreme Court justice out of nowhere. Nobody ever knew this woman. It ain't like we was voting on her, hoping on her, thinking. They always bring these liberal, factory-made people who we have no idea who they are, talking some Dr. King bullshit up here, and they're with the black people. You know, let us live in the ghetto. Let us keep eating chitlins. It's our business. If we want to keep these niggas on child support and keep check cashing places over, that's the way black folks are. That's our culture. Rapping and talking about bitches and drinking 40s. Leave them alone. You are racist, you white motherfuckers. You keep trying to stop them from killing each other. Why? You're a racist white man. You want to stop them from eating gas station fucking food and killing themselves? How dare you? Well, why don't you work on your own community? You have no right to come here and clean up the neighborhood, the crack, the guns, and the prostitutes. These are our people. If they want to fucking prostitute and kill each other with AIDS, that's their business. It's no business of the white community. If we want to vote Democrat, fuck off, white people. It's none of your business if we want to kill old ladies and throw them in a train station. It's not your business, white man. Civil rights. And niggas are dumb and go, shit, I guess they right. Like yo type shit. Yo. Get the fuck out of here. Think they're playing with. Excuse my French. The French, the European Union, and NATO have been surprised. I said this for years, and I mean it with all disrespect. I'm tired of white people in this country thinking that Europe is your best friend and Israel. I don't mean no disrespect, or even the Brits. If you are an American white, then I'm your nigga. You understand? It's you and me and everybody else. But goddamn it, we've been here for 400 fucking years. We've been fighting and fucking, killing and stealing. We're in this together. We're goddamn black and white tiled floors, nigga. It's up. We integrated. Ain't no way out. You understand me? We the ones who kept this country afloat. Do you hear me? So Trump is right. Europe need to pay. Did I say something wrong? They taking advantage of us. He said the European Union was created to piss us off, take advantage of us as Americans. Africa wants to get fresh and does do what it wants to do. The hell with Africa. They want to come to the table? Let's deal with Africa. Africa don't know what it's doing. Listen, since I've been born, you can't be in Africa this long and blame the white man, the British, the French. Fuck that. I told some of their citizens, every country I go to, it's the government. It's a nigga, it's your ass. God damn it. Every one of your governments all went to a European and American schools. Or what the fuck you think is going on? God damn it. They're puppets. That's what's going on right now with Universal or whatever's going on. You get a few niggas that stand up and say, well, fuck that shit. I ain't paying a goddamn thing here. We can get our shit going. About time somebody stands the fuck up. That's what they do in Ireland. Scotland, they get tired of the crown. The crown we got our own crown. Shout out to Ireland. You guys should know I have 3 favorite countries. And I hope one of them yield a wife for me. I don't know. I'm looking in 3 different spots. This is terrible. You're going to get mad at me. I think I want to go visit Ireland. I want to visit Ireland first. This is going to be a very hard decision. I want to go back to Germany. I love the German. I love German. I love their engineering. I love German food. I love their breakfast. I lived with, I had a German roommate when I was overseas. And I was in Ethiopia actually, and he was working on their water systems, and it was a bunch of people from all over the world, from Italy, everything. We were all in the same uh, accommodations and everything. And every morning we would wake up, and I would eat the way I eat. Everybody would eat the way, and he always had some toast and some tea and some fruit and some boiled eggs and stuff like that. I said, man, you is healthy, man. You skinny as hell. And he spoke like 20,000 languages. Germans are very smart. They get life. They have some of the best lodges. They have some of the best coochie. They have some of the best gems, some of the best jewelry, some of the best radios, some of the best vehicles, some of the best leather, some of the best raw minerals, some of the best weather, and some of the best basketball. Shockingly, I thought, well, I guess soccer is number one to them, or football, but basketball is quickly becoming number one in that country. There's a basketball court like the telephone booth everywhere. I'm like, wow. Um, Their traffic is very simple. Their life is beautiful. Oh my God. All of the women look like they came from Walmart, or like they made them in a factory. They're all beautiful. They all got them the same weight. Most of them, even the thicker, taller ones. Oh, Jesus Christ. They got shaped like they just. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got carried away. Okay, so what is the next one? And the next one, ooh, wait. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. It's got to be Russia. I love Russia. I lived with Russians for many years in Brooklyn, Coney Island, at Brighton Beach. It's all Russian. I would go down there and get some good chocolate, and they have the best bread. No, the Jewish bread was good. Um, and I want to go to Israel. I have to go to Israel. I feel like I'm missing something. I need to go to Israel, and it's a shame you can't stop into Palestine. It's a shame that that war came to that, and that's what President Trump was talking about. None of this shit would have happened, and you were asking for worse, putting the Biden administration in for a second time with Kamala Harris. We just learned that there was also an auto pen, ladies and gentlemen, meaning that a lot of times the president was sleeping and niggas was just straight up signing his shit, just going to town, ladies and gentlemen, signing the president's signature. And they were all in cahoots and, probably drugging the guy and just auto signing whatever, executive order after executive order. Shame on the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to sum this up, and I uh, I want to encourage you to finish your journey and realize that you're going to meet people, you're going to meet animals and insects, you're going to even meet yourself out in the world because you're ever growing and evolving. And remember this, because I had to do this. When I wanted to tell the truth that I did not hate white people, I actually like them, and very much, a lot. Like a lot, a lot, a lot. I like this country a lot. I love the American flag a lot. When I had to be honest and tell people I loved that, I said to myself, something is wrong. If I tell my mom, dad, aunt, uncle, friend, neighbor, I always want to carry an American flag with me on my body, in my pocket, my car, on my car, in front of my house. And they say, well, I don't know about you should put that out there. I'm getting worried now. What the fuck do you mean? And I woke up one day and I just walked the family, so to speak. And I said, I want to see how many people in my family that has a copy of the Constitution. How many of them have an American flag? I figured out what's the problem in the black community. I figured out, I want you to hear me, what is the problem in the black community? And I began to give out American flags. I began to start with my own and make it clear of our Republican background, our conservative history and heritage, our love for this country and the American flag, our love for the military and the police officers. I made sure that that became clear. And I was taking a stand, and it was very scary because that is not the black way. Black folks don't talk like that. You start to make us think you're some sort of spy or you some kind of white agent or some shit like that. It's incredible. It's incredible how your growth disturbs other people. I want you to think about that. My growth disturbs people. My happiness, the moment I realized I did not have to hate whites, I did not have to be speaking slang. I didn't have to go to the check cashing place. I don't have to live in the ghetto. I don't have to be in a black church. Once I figured out that cult like arrangement that they got in the black community, when I say, yo, I ain't down with none of that shit, it was such a weird experience. It's like being information about your country. When you use black folk, mainly black women, because black men are very open and they all mostly agree with me more than I believe, more than 85% of us. I think we love this country. I think we're raised by single parent mothers who instill and inculcate a different vision for us. And now we have to play catch up and figure out what. And a lot of us are saying, look, because of what we've seen what our mothers did, there's a rebellion going on in the black community. Black men don't want to marry black women because of what happened with the single parent mother thing and her working with the federal government to remove the fathers in all 50 states out of the American black family home. Uh, Years before that, the numbers were sealed airtight, and the government under the welfare state, uh, it collapsed and brought down almost in the fashion of a coup d'etat the black sending and shipping jobs overseas to castrate economically and to bring down and to smother the black man and send out to the streets, send them out without him being ready to build another Black Wall Street or having the tools. And so again, we're in a rock and a hard place, ladies and gentlemen. We are. And I think the key to getting us out of here is that we need better leadership. We need to be real with ourselves. I believe we need another Trump term. I believe we need President Trump to go another 4 more years, just to really sort of tender up the country. And then whoever comes in after, because especially what happened to him, 2 fake impeachments, come on, a Russia hoax, election awkwardness. He needs another term. That's all I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Clyde Yorkshire. It's been a pleasure of mine. We got to get on track. And I'm just stating the obvious. Of course, black folks don't listen to each other. They're not going to listen to me or you. They're gonna say, he's attacking us. And we're the ones getting attacked. It's what the left does. It's what the fake news media do. They attack you and say, you're attacking them. Wow, this is really interesting. All I'm trying to do is protect the children. And let me be clear, black folks did not die to vote. Black people, to be honest with you, we voted. We didn't give a fuck about voting now. That's how real this is. The same way the Chinese, the Russians, the Asians, everybody else here don't give a fuck about voting. They don't need to vote to open up a Chinatown. They're going to do that regardless. That's how black folk were. We didn't give a fuck about who was in office. We'll donate and we'll pay, but we had black Wall Streets. We had black states and communities that were in concert together, a good internal economic structure in the black community. We didn't give a damn about voting, so we never died to vote. They died for freedom and a right to decide where you're gonna live, the right to decide what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna worship, who you're gonna marry. That's what they died for, to be free men. We need to stop letting the left distort, using their civil rights. They didn't even die for civil rights because there was no civil rights during the time of these heroes who had an unfortunate beginning in America. There were no civil rights. It's almost like being in Jesus' time and there was no Christianity, and it comes later and it's like, what? Okay, I guess we're a Christian or Protestant or Catholic or Episcopalian. I don't know. We're fucking Baptist or some shit, or Jehovah's Witnesses or 7 Days Adventists. It's all kinds of stuff going on around here, isn't it? But the black community needs to get its act together, ladies and gentlemen. And there is great leadership coming tomorrow, great minds and beautiful spirits. Before the Democrats got invested in the destruction of the black male, removing them from the family, creating a welfare state that Dr. Thomas Sowell talks about, Dr. Julia Hayes talk about, Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. Nellie Fuller, and many of our scientists, Sister Dr. Shazar Ali, many scholars, even on the State of Black America with Tavis Smiley on Channel 13, have talked about these things. Dr. Dick Gregory and many others have come together, including Jesse Jackson, on panels, even with Minister Farrakhan, to talk about the black agenda. There has to be a black agenda. When you got black niggas killing black niggas because they were on different streets, they were on O Block and they were on the fucking 80s or whatever, this what the fuck is that? That ain't no white man shit. That's your shit. You got hoes getting out here chasing niggas down to bring them to child support, getting a goddamn tip for that shit so they can keep coffee, donuts, and paper towels running at the AG. And there's no black agenda. We're putting out more abortions than chicken sandwiches in the United States, and there should be no black agenda. We're shoveling reverse racism and hate for other people. Foreigners, Africans who sold us, white people who enslaved us. Who's pushing this shit out? The civil rights people. This is their bread and butter and jelly and toast and pancakes. And this shit needs to change. We're sick of it. We had enough. We're being manipulated and used, aren't we? It's time for change. It's time for change. That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I've got other things to do. I love you. God bless America. God bless our men and women. We got some good white coochie and our AG. Oh, Lord, have mercy. It feels good to wake up. You go to sleep, Pam Bondi's on a job. You wake up, Pam Bondi's on a job. You go to sleep, Pam Bondi's on a job. Good white coochie. Yes, I do not take that back. One day you're going to be a congressman. They're going to play this back. You better play back what I said about what they brought in the neighborhood too. Putting all them damn drugs in our community. Taking the fathers out the home. Play all this shit back. Don't nitpick what you want to play. Okay? Play back that I don't talk about racism. I'm not talking about hate speech. Why don't you play that? That's what I want you to play. We got some good white coochie in the press secretary. A damn good change from that damn fool we had in there. Y'all know who they had in that White House. That chick was more happy to be sexually different than she could report the damn truth. She got fed up, upset every goddamn weekend. It was like, boo, could you deliver the good Lord? I'm like, yo, and this is what black folks were voting for. This is the government that they wanted in. Dude, it is weird what black people are on today. They're not the same black people of yesterday. We done become more low down. We have become more discombobulated, dysfunctional. Just Jesus Christ. We need help. We need a revival in this country. People need to get their shit together. We need reform. This is a filthy ass deal going on. And the president's got a lot to clean up in this next 100 days. And they're riding his back, but he knows what's going on. He knows that they're full of shit. The goddamn air traffic control is fucked up. The farming is messed up. The transportation industry has got all messed up and tangled up. The border is all messed up. Trade differences, tariffs. We've got to straighten it out. And we're going to do that. Guaranteed. We out of here, man. Till the next time, baby Paul. Till the next time.